Hey Mixers, welcome back to another WNBA player props video. You get two in one day because they have the props up early for tomorrow. And I do like tomorrow's games a lot better than I like today's games. So I found some bets already for those. Might have an added play in the pinned comment. So I do have three best bets for you. So today there will be a cash giveaway. So please like and subscribe and then comment down below, hashtag in the mix. Choose two of those best bets to hit. And if they do, you'll be entered in for that cash giveaway. All right, let's jump into the picks for tomorrow. All right, guys, so first game we're looking at here is the Storm and Fever game. The Storm and the Fever both really need this win because they're kind of in danger of falling out of the playoffs, or at least, having like one of the worst seeds as the Sparks, fight for position, and the Valkyries are obviously fighting for their lives at the bottom there as well. The Fever also have to play the Lynx again, so both teams really need this game. I'm going to take Aliyah Boston over 22.5 points rebounds. She's over in 52% of games without Caitlin Clark, and she's actually better with Caitlin Clark. So even if Caitlin does come back and play in this game, which does not appear to be likely, but even if that happens, I still like this bet. The Storm give up a ton of rebounds. She did have 28 points rebounds against them in a previous head-to-head in which Caitlin Clark was not playing. And in the previous head-to-head where Caitlin Clark was playing, she had 35. She has an incredible scoring matchup down low. She may not be rebounding as much. It could be a similar game to what we just barely saw, where she only pulls down 5 or 6 rebounds and then just hits her points. But if that happens, we'll get hooked probably at like 21, maybe 20-21. But if she can go over her points line at all, then she doesn't even need to get some of those extra rebounds. So I really like this bet. I like grouping them together. I don't want to just take the 7.5 rebounds by itself, and I don't want to take the 14.5 points by itself. I really like them, together in this combined prop. Next one here is going to be Kahleah Copper over 14.5 points. I'm very high on Kahleah Copper for this game. I also think Alyssa Thomas could have a good scoring game. Satu could have a good scoring game. But honestly, I think they could all go over their lines because this is the Sparks that we're talking about. Now, the Mercury actually do really want this game because if the Aces win today, then the Mercury are going to be fighting the Aces for that number 2 seed, which is very, very important. So both teams really want this game. The Sparks are still trying to get into the playoffs, and so that should lead to a very high game total, assuming one team doesn't just completely fall apart. So I think Satu, Kahleah, and Alyssa Thomas could all go over their lines, as well as the Sparks players. And I started looking at the Sparks props, but I haven't quite figured out where I want to target them yet. So that might be an added play in the pinned comment. So keep an eye on that. But we're going to start with Kahleah Copper over 14.5 points. She is over 58% of the time in away games. And she has a great scoring matchup down low and above the break against this team. So she can score pretty much from anywhere on this team. And they allow people to score from anywhere. And the Mercury are one of the best teams in the league. So at least according to their standings. And then the next one here, you guys might not like it as much. Brittany Sykes. We're going back to her. She just missed for us on a 3.5 assist prop. And she didn't hit her points line either, but now it's dropped a little bit. It was 13.5. Now it's 11.5. And I really want to take it here because she's over with 50% of games with Seattle. So that's not great. The Fever do play with pace though. And Brittany Sykes thrives with pace. She scores a lot on fast break layups. And she just missed a bunch of them in the last game. So she missed a bunch of fast break layups that could have been easy shots, and she easily would have gone over this number against the Mystics. She also shot less than 30% in all of these misses, except for the miss against the Mercuries, which was just a miss. But this Atlanta game, the Wings game, and the Mystics game, she shot less than 30%. So if we can just have her shoot, 40% from the field, she's going to go over this line for us. She did have 21 and 20 in 2 head-to-head games against the Fever when she was on the Mystics team, which obviously, totally different dynamic, but she clearly can score, the way that she likes to score, which is from the mid-range and then those fast break layups. So here is the review of those picks. Aliyah Boston over 22.5 points rebounds, Brittany Sykes over 11.5 points, Kahleah Copper over 14.5 points, and we most likely will be adding a Sparks player down below in the pinned comment either today or tomorrow, so just keep an eye on that. Make sure you comment down below, hashtag in the mix, choose 2 of those best bets to hit, and if they do, you'll be entered into the cash drawing giveaway. And don't forget to like and subscribe and share this with anyone who might be interested. Thanks, guys.